Shalom everybody. Chag Sameach. Chag Sameach. Chag Chanukah Sameach. So what I'd like to do is just share with you, I don't have all the kinds of pasukim to bring in, Rashis and Gemores and all that good stuff. I imagine you've heard a few already today. What I'd like to just share with you, and not for a long time, because I know no one likes a really long Devar Torah. So, actually I have a joke I heard once that was, I know no one likes a long Devar Torah, I just have no luck giving them. But what I'd like to discuss is Chanukah and our Avodas Hashem. We're all here right now. It's the first night of Chanukah. What's the Avodah? What's the Avodah? What's our job? Is this just a commemoration of a war we won? Is this our succeeding in the battle against the Greeks and the Greek culture, winning that battle? Is that what this is all about? And I would assume that it is definitely a victory holiday. This is definitely a victory holiday. We did win a tremendous victory, and we were in deep, deep trouble with the Greeks and the chances of I mean, on the other hand, how bad could it be? We're an eternal nation. I mean, God would have saved us no matter what, I think so. But how He saved us, and when He saved us, and that He saved us, the miracle of the oil, has led us to this great holiday. But I'd like to posit that we're actually losing badly at this point to the Greeks. And then I think through understanding how badly we're losing, then we'll get a sense of what our actual war is, what this battle is, and how we can celebrate the battle and be to fight the battle as is appropriate right now in 2000, whatever year this is, 15. Again, we're not a commemorative tradition. Whenever it says Zecher, it's from the word Zachar. Zecher is the same letters as Zachar. And Zachar means masculine. And masculine, all Pi Kabbalah means to draw down, is to start to cause a flow of something. So every holiday that's a Zecher is always really a flow. And our job is to get aligned with that flow and draw down whatever it is. So, for example, Zecher B'Yetzias Mitzrayim of Pesach is to get the flow of Zman Cherotim. When we go into Shavuos, it's to be, and that's Zman Matan Toratenu, and that's the time to get in the flow of Torah coming back. When we get to Sukkot, it's Zman Simchasenu. Yom Kippur's forgiveness. Each day has a flow. What is the flow of Chanukah? What's our Avodah here? What are we supposed to be drawing into our lives tonight and for the next 8 nights? And what is our battle? What's our Chanukah battle? What's the battle for us? So first of all, just to paint the grim picture of how badly we're losing, the Greeks were not just a nation, the Greeks were a culture. And they were trying to spread that culture throughout the world. They certainly were good at it, and we see just how good they were at it, because even though they're long gone, Greek culture has lived on. When the Greeks already disappeared, there was still, after that was the Romans and then ancient Europe, and it's moved its way all the way to the United States of America. I'm being a good boy. I always say the United States of Asa. And
I'm Hareka.
I'm allowed to be a not good boy here. So anyway, all the way to the United States of Asa, where I just flew back from on Friday. And I'm telling you, I'm so happy to be back. And I kept warning people there, it was really scaring them. And then all of a sudden that terror attack in Los Angeles hit, like right after I was warning everybody, and then they came back the next day. I was in the middle of running one of my possibly seminars. We have them every day. And the first day I told everyone, like, get out. Get out. Get out of the U.S. And it seems, if I can just speak politically just for the next 30 seconds, it really seems like like Ishmael's going to take them down. Like they're going to take them down. I just took a picture of the cover of the New York Times. When I got to my flight, they gave out newspapers. I get the New York Times showing the news of what happened in California. Oh my gosh. I just couldn't believe it. It was already known that there were terrorists, so it said, they had to use the word terror because it had been known, but they couldn't use the word terrorist, so they said it was a day of terror. People were terrified. That was the headline. And then when you go on the next line, the line under the picture of, whatever the picture was in California there, the next line was the major headline for the story. What was the story? The story was how statistically often it happens that someone shoots people. Meaning like that someone does a shoot up. And this happens every day somewhere on the planet. They're going to be their story. They missed it. Right over the top. And so 30 seconds almost over, about 25. Because I don't want to go on this, but I just want to say that my sense is that Ishmael is going to take Rome down. That Ishmael is going to take Rome down, and we're just going to watch. We're just going to watch, but it's not going to be pretty. And in the hotel where I led a Shabbaton, there was an actual anti-terror cop, an American anti-terror cop. Trained by whom? Who do you think? Yeah, that's right. Trained by Israel. 2 different major stints, months long in Israel. Missed his wife and kids to learn his duty. And he just said, he admitted, we have no idea what we're doing. And even this hotel has no perimeter, it's only the hotel that I'm watching, there's no perimeter security, nor is there any perimeter security. You notice in Israel, there's always a perimeter security way before the actual place you're gathering, and no perimeter. And he said that in the next 4 years, you're just not going to believe what's going to happen. While waiting, God should protect as a Gentile police officer in Connecticut. He says, you just have no idea what's going to happen over the next 4 years. And he says it's going to be 4 years of complete denial, and then it's going to get only more intense for 10, he said. Whoa. God should protect our brothers and sisters out there. They should wake up and come home. I found, though, across the boards, whether they were from the most secular, with Zionist feelings, all the way to the most observant, that not a single person was comfortable with the subject of it. And when everyone looked at me like, what do you want us to do? And I finally said to them, I'll tell you this much, no plan is totally responsible. I don't care if you make a 10-year plan. I don't care if you get to the 10 years and you make a new 10-year plan. But no plan? That's just denying the Torah. And the Torah says he's bringing us back. And we're back in, at least half our biblical land, besides obviously Lebanon and parts of Syria. And we've got the majority of Jews now, at least if you go by the strictest halachic definition. You got the majority of Jews in here since last year, since not Shemitah the year before, right at the cusp of Shemitah, which means we just had our first Doraita Shemitah, Lefi Rambam, and we are in 2,500 years since First Temple. The Second Temple didn't have a majority. Since in 2,500 years we had our first Doraita Shemitah. And we're in very, very special times, but you couldn't even broach the topic. With people across the spectrum, you couldn't broach the topic, it's scary. And looking at you all, it's really special to see people who just somehow have the instincts, the intuition, what I would just call common sense, but just the common sense to go with what God said. Let's go with what God said. God said he's going to take us out. And it's what it says. And I'm not talking about later Nevi'im. I'm talking about Sefer Devarim. It's over and over again. He's taking us home. He's going to bring us back. So here we are, on eagle's wings. Rashi describes these eagle's wings as the eagle holds its young because it's the king of the skies, so it holds its young from above on its wings. Well, guess what? Eagles actually hold their young like all other birds. They hold it in their talons. hold their birds in their talons. How can eagle's wings, if he's going to bring us home on eagle's wings, it's pretty strange that we would think anything but airplanes. When you're on that airplane, I sat on the wing this trip. I kept trying to see the view, and all I could see was I'm on the wing. You're literally on the wing. And what was God, I mean, are we supposed to take something like that literally, and he's going to bring us back on the eagle's wings? It's so clear. That's the eagle's wings. God had to say, you're going to come back on El All. No, it said, okay, it's the eagle's wings. It'll be above the wings. I mean, if Yavon, who was Yafet's son or grandson, I think Yavon was his grandson. The Greeks were the grandson. If Yavon was upstairs, and the grandchildren of Shem, his brother, and they were having a little meeting about who's had a bigger impact on the world. How are we doing in 2015? Who do you think would win that discussion? If they're just reviewing the planet, they're just watching it, and just reviewing it person by person. They're checking out, they have great scanners, so they're like scanning the real estate of your brain to see if it's like more Greek or more Jewish, and they're checking out everybody across the planet. How's Yavon doing right now? How's Yavon doing?
Right.
I mean, they're just doing unbelievably. Okay, Yishmael may take them down, but until they do, they seem to be doing quite well. And, the blessing that Yafet got, even though we know the root of Yafet has to do with Yofi, but it also means to expand. And they are expanders. Shemites, us guys, and Ishmaelites and Indians, all the B'nai Keturah and all those people, they're not expansive people. We keep to ourselves. We're simple folk. People of the book keep to ourselves. Whoa, you go to Yafet, the Westerners, and they are expansive people. In fact, every one of us, I bet, unless you have one of these kosher phones, which makes us automatically not friends, it was a Facebook joke. But in every joke, there's a little bit of truth. It's kind of rough to be friends with people who can't text. So, but I'm not one of those call folks. I'm happy to speak to you on the phone. It's just I'm busy. So, and I don't want to stand people up because they couldn't reach me. I like to look at my texts and call people who call while I was teaching or running a program on that. Right?